Yo, what is up, everybody? Kind of a little bit new, a little bit old. Make sure everything is working because I've had problems here lately, and this screen is not set up the way it's supposed to be. You're going to catch me looking in all different directions today because my scoreboard computer don't work. So we're going to do some baseball. Give me an opportunity to get back into my first love. Baseball is the first game that I grew up with, and I was actually ready to rock and roll with. As soon as they finish moving stuff around, I'll have everything squared away so that I can kind of pick and choose and see how this is all going to work and look. But yeah, anybody that's really chill wants to come hang out. I'm a big baseball fan from back when. I grew up a Reds fan, and basically my whole life it's been nothing but the Cincinnati Reds. I go to about 5 games a year. Anybody that's wanting to go with me that lives close, I usually end up with some tickets. We went last year. Alex, myself, and A. Pizzle went to 3-game series. We watched the Reds and the Braves. So that's all awesome and cool. What is up, Adam? What is up, Puppet? Yeah, they switched their name to the Giants and switched sides. Don't say that. Watching 1 football game, 2 baseball games, 3 soccer matches, and you. Sports Cat, that's what I'm talking about, brother. I will, as soon as this thing takes off, this screen here should change a little bit and get me a little bit squared away. But on the mound today, we got the lefty for Cincinnati, Nick Lodolo, who should be coming into his own this year. Is an excellent, tall, lanky pitcher. Gives you the resemblance of them guys back in the day that did a really good job. Versus Justin Verlander, and we know that he's well traveled at this point. He's a Hall of Famer. We're going to see how he does today against these Reds. I'm going to get everything kind of moving around here. Oh, speaking of which, there it is. It talks about Verlander, and as soon as this switches up and I can move it a little bit to get it squared away, we will do that. But we are set for the first pitch. Like I said, maybe so. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. That's kind of why I'm here now. Lodolo is on the mound. Goes with the fastball for the first pitch. It's high and outside. Push that bad boy in there. I didn't see a speed on it. I'm waiting to see some of the rule changes. Hit the outside corner. It's a foul ball, out of play. I don't know if I will be on tonight for that, as we had a death today with somebody that we worked with. Alex is coming over here after work today. I think I'm going to go with her and go out tonight instead of doing sports or video games. Don't know for sure yet. This one is not the way it looked. Let's see if I can close that out any at all. Can't. There's a deep shot hit into the gap, but TJ Friedel gets over to it, cuts it off in the gap out there by the warning track. 1 out for Cincinnati going forward. Yeah, it was a guy that we both worked with. It was very tragic. If you start looking in the news, Lindsay, around here, you'll find an article on it. His boy killed him today. First pitch, high and outside, pushing that fastball in there at 95. I gotta say that about Lodolo. I think he's more of a location pitcher than that rocket fastball. I think he uses location down and in. He's going from the top left of the corner to outside to the inside. Willie Adames, we've seen enough of this guy when he was with the Brewers to last me a lifetime. There's a nice curveball or slider, whatever you want to call it. He sneaks that in there for a good, easy strike at the top of the zone. 2-1 this morning, yes. That's close, a little bit inside. It's going to run the count to 3-1. This did not. So I had this up earlier for another game today, and it looked amazing. I had it all set up for it was up on the Yankees game. Sneaks it in there. Oh, and he fouls it off the umpire's mask. Blue takes a shot. Trevino behind the plate's going to kind of give him a second to gather himself, and it ricochets straight back, almost takes his face mask off. As in the baseball team, I was I'm sorry, I missed that context. Yeah. It's all right, Puppet. Drops it in there low and outside. He pops it up down the right field line. Looks like that's Encarnacion-Strand. Goes out to get it. That's a tough play for the first baseman. Usually the second baseman comes over to get that, but I think he hit that just light enough for the first baseman to go back and get it. And that's 2 quick outs for Lodolo. 10 pitches in the inning. And Young Ho Lee is at the plate, 262 in his last 37 games. Sneaks a fastball high and inside, but it's good on the corner for a strike. Looks like he is really working the location more so than the speed. Drops it in there. Another high fastball. Gets him for strike 2. He's got him 0-2. Can go just about anywhere with this pitch. We'll see where it ends. Yeah, I don't want to say exactly where, Lindsay, but it's in southern Indiana. Low and outside, ball 1. We all work at a casino. Lodolo set the pitch. There's the delivery. Low, just a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I thought it might make – I don't know how publicized it is. I got my information word of mouth this morning. 2-2. Back to pitch. There it is. Line shot down the left field line, but it goes foul on the 95-mile-an-hour sinker. And then we go back to it again. 2-2. Lodolo's at 15 pitches. This is where he wants to get out of the inning. Nope. Keep going west. Lindsay, keep going west. Lodolo set the pitch. There it goes. Inside pit. He drives it to second base. Picked up by, I think that's McLean. Throws it to Strand, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Reds go into the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. And I don't like the way this looks. Nope. Keep going west, Lindsay. This one does not look. Let me refresh this bad boy. See if I can get rid of that oh, I see what I need. I can fix this. There we go. Oh, they really jacked me around here. Let's do this. I don't have the room for my camera that I'd like. We'll just shrink me down. We'll get up here in the top right-hand corner here. And move that like so. At least that looks a little bit better so you can see more of the good stuff today. Frieda will be leading off for the Reds today, followed by Matt McLean and Ellie De La Cruz. Gavin Lux, the trade that they got from the Dodgers, is going to be moved out into left field today. That's a kind of an interesting thought. Candelario will be hitting at the DH spot. Encarnacion-Strand will be first. Espinal will be playing third base for the Reds. Braley and right, and Trevino will be the catcher. And here we go. First pitch to Friedel. A little bit outside. It's going to be 1-0. Yes, Miss Lindsay, that's where I'm at. 2-0 outside. Friedel has a very good eye at the plate, and he will make you work. Last time I saw Verlander in Cincinnati, we crushed him. Hopefully that was what's in his brain today. 2-0. Set the pitch, and just off the outside corner again. 3 balls, no strikes. If I had to guess, I'd say Friedel's on the take here. I was trying to set up my own personal scoreboard today, but I did not get it finished. Verlander releases 92 miles an hour on the outside corner. Man, it looks like he's serving up batting practice right now, to be honest. Hey, September 2nd. That's the game I was at. He's in the delivery. There's the pitch. It's a little bit outside. Friedel takes a good hack at it, fouls it away. It's going to run the count full. Terry Francona in his first year with Cincinnati. I really like the hiring. I know he had some medical issues while he left Cleveland, but he was a perennial playoff contender, usually at the top of the division. So, and there's a pitch that's a little high, but Friedel fouls it off, keeps the count full. What's up, my boy Craig? How you doing, my friend? Is this Reds team any good? We don't know yet. They have a lot of talent in there. There is a lot of athleticism on this team. It's a matter of whether or not Francona can get them together as a team. Fires it down the middle, strike 3, foul tipped into the glove, and Verlander comes right down the middle, feeds up a meatball, and gets the strikeout. Glad to see baseball back. I wanted to kind of get my feet wet a little bit. There's a little bit more college basketball left to go through. I'm going to try to get in here. I'm going to pick a game a week is what the goal is going to be, plus other things of content that I'm going to create. Also, anything is on the table. If you bring up a question, we will talk about it. McLean's first pitch swing, and he pops it up to center field, and that goes down as a gravy out. 2 down. Yeah, the biggest problem on this Reds team is that the fact that they're not going to be able to keep Ellie De La Cruz. So they've got to utilize the time that they're going to have with this young kid, because he's putting up Shohei type of numbers, accounting for 15% of the runs for this team last year, and he's up now. And that is a beautiful pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 by Verlander. De La Cruz he's got everything. He's got the speed. He's got the power. He's going to be a superstar. He laid off the breaking ball changeup right there. That was his Achilles heel last year. Also doing a great job of working on the language of English. He's come a long way doing his own interviews without a translator. Good eye. Did not go around on it. Held his swing up. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. The agent that he's got is that Scott Boras, and he will be a Dodger, a Met, more than likely. Verlander comes back with a high fastball, just a bit high, and Ellie lays off of it. 3 balls, 1 strike. This is a real hitter's count. Verlander has a tendency. He is going to try to pick at the corners here. He does not want to give De La Cruz something to hit, but he doesn't want to walk him either because he's a terror on the base pass. He holds up. Oh, they're going to call that a swing. I don't know that he actually went around on that. That looked like he held it, but that's going to bring the count to full. And the umpire did not even need a call down to see if he swung. There's a strikeout right there. He hits him with the curveball, slow curveball right down the middle, and he gets him looking, has him handcuffed. Yeah, like I said, Cincinnati. So when you look at it, just put it into perspective of college athletics. Cincinnati is a major league team that makes major league money, but they're a mid-major as far as what they budget to spend. Major League Baseball salary cap is based on the luxury tax. And I don't know where it's at, but it's got to be getting close to somewhere to $300 and $350 million a year. Once you go a certain high, then you pay luxury tax money, and you can go as high as you want. Cincinnati will never be that team that can spend that kind of money. Their TV deal does not match what the Dodgers or the Mets or the Yankees have to offer. So you're looking at teams like Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. Nobody really wants to see them win. And it's not the way baseball was before, but it's the way that it is now and going into the future. You know, the networks want to see the Dodgers and the Yankees. I mean, honestly. But these agents have done a great job of manipulating. Look at Shohei's contract. I mean, my word. And Ellie De La Cruz, when his arbitration's over, he's going to be the same way. Teams have a little bit more control of people during their youth, but you don't have to go. You can go straight to the major leagues and work your way up. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't ever suspect that the Reds are going to contend for a World Series. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know how many years they have left of his control, but I think they did well drafting a few years there. I really didn't agree with a couple of the trades that they made this offseason. I can't get his name out of my mouth right now, but they sent him to the Kansas City Royals. Was our second baseman. No, long hair, National League Rookie of the Year a few years back. Played third base. Jonathan India. That's it. Sending him out there, 1-1, a little bit outside. I noticed that Lodolo is nibbling a little bit more around the strike zone right now. What's up, Kevin? India was a dog, dude. You're right. I love that kid. There's a nice pitch on the outside corner. It's popped up to right. It's going to cruise on back out there, and Fraley will make the grab. No issues whatsoever. And Lodolo is all about placement. Yeah, I wasn't really fond of getting Lux and letting go of India. I kind of want to see a team build their roster from within. I don't like using trades, but that's what happens when you get a new coach. Good pitch on the outside corner, fouled away by Flores, batting in the 5-hole today. He is a .250 hitter so far this season. Wilmer Flores has been around the league. He's a journeyman as well. Went 1 for 4 on Thursday in the opener. There's the pitch inside. He drives it, pulls it down in the corner, and that is a home run. That ball made it out. Wilmer Flores turned on the inside fastball and drives it into the stands with a low line drive. Did not expect to see that go there. I think he guessed and got a little bit lucky. It's all good, Jake. Jake says, go Cubs. Man, that's tough watching there, bro. I'm serious. No, I applaud everybody's fans. You know, you come in here with your team, support your team, and have a good time. But Flores just takes the low line drive and really just turned on a pitch that he was just trying to fight off. There's a line drive into right field. That's down for a base hit. Goes to the wall. Comes up with it, firing into second base. That should be a stand-up double. 2 pitches, 2 extra base hits right in a row. And the Giants are in high gear right now with 1 hour. Matos just basically stayed on that ball It was on the outside corner of the plate, drives it into the corner, and a nice line shot. And Fraley makes the best play he can, but that's a stand-up double every time. Bro, this Giants team looks really good. What's up, Elvin? Giants fan? That's all good. Any day, every day. I have my teams I support, but like I said, brother, I do not discourage anybody from anywhere. Giants got an early lead today. Patrick Bailey's up right now. He's also 1 for 4 on Thursday. Lowe takes it for ball 2, actually. Sorry, I must have missed the first pitch. As Lodolo is starting to have a little bit of trouble with his location a little bit. He's going to get himself into trouble if he gets behind in these counts. Pitch is down at the bottom of the zone. Strike 1. Gets him swinging. Hits him with the changeup there. That's why it's so hard to get closest to the teams you can get excited about. Reds predicted they will trade him like India. We're excited about De La Cruz now. I love Ellie. Popped up into the short outfield. McClain goes over. He's going to call it. Makes the grab. And that makes 2 outs going forward. I love Graham Ashcraft, Craig, honestly. I missed the game the other night, and I apologize that I can't keep looking straight. I don't have my setup the way I want it. But, yes, I really enjoy watching. This pitching staff I enjoy. I really thought last year was going to come together a little better than it did. There is a curveball high and outside, fouled off and away, and that lands in the bleachers. Nah, spell check. I should be able to pick through most anything anybody says. Casey Schmidt, the DH. First at bat of the season. 252 hitter last year. Count now goes full, or goes full. Goes even at 1-1. Looks the runner back at second, releases the pitch. It's outside, fights it off, fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati are in the same boat, right? Paul Skeens is a beast. Until they can't afford him anymore, right? Until somebody trades them something that they can't refuse. The smaller market teams got to make money, develop within. The big markets just wait and let you develop and buy your players. High pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, baseball is a little different with the contract structure. You got your rookie contract, you got arbitration years, so team control. And I think that hit him on the foot as he's hobbling over to the side. I dig Bro's orange sneakers or orange cleats, man. Those are awful sick. Orange being my favorite color. Did that even? Oh, yeah, it got him on the top of the foot. I got to see how long arbitration. I think it's 6 years that they have control, and you can only be sent down to the minors so many times if you're not, performing. But what's awesome for me is that first pitch down in the middle of the strike zone, strike, foul ball back into the stands. Fitzgerald gets a good little cut on that ball. 280 average, went 0 for 3 on Thursday. Hasn't had a hit yet this year. Put up some decent looking numbers for last year. First at bat, I remember seeing him. Goes to lay down a bunt, checks it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second and 2 outs. Yeah, it starts the moment that they're called up. And then I think it's 6. I don't know how many years of arbitration they get, but arbitration gives you raises if you go to the courts for it. That's a little bit low, 2-1. But baseball is definitely a different animal. It's a chess match on how you call up your rookies. You want to get them as ready as possible before you bring them up, but some guys are just ready. Swinging, and he files it down the right field line. It's going to be fouled out of play. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He got that ball, and it's like it's hidden. He didn't even want nobody to see it. I'll show you guys my new Reds hat that I got last year. I just put it up for decoration. Haven't wore it yet. Pretty sick, honestly. There's the pitch right down the middle. Fouls it off. Keeps the count 2-2. Everybody's getting arbitration in Toronto. None of them want to resign. Yeah, I think agents have a lot to do with that, right? I mean, straight up. These agents really dictate how these kids' careers go. It's all lawyers, bro. There's the pitch. Drops a curveball in there. He hits it high. Flies it deep into right field. Back to the warning track. Fraley's there, and that will be the 3rd out. But, however, San Francisco gets on the board with a solo shot by Wilmer Flores down the left field line. And when you get a chance to see that, he really just kind of jumped on that pitch, guessed correctly, and that's what happens when you guess well. So, yeah, I mean, look, what is that? I think they do, Adam. It's the luxury tax. So I don't know what that number is this year, but teams face a luxury tax. And it used to be, when I was keeping track, it was right around 250 million. Cody says, they say this team winning the division, they ain't good. I don't think you're going to determine how good a team is in 2 days. Terry Francona is a stellar coach. There's a lot of good talent on this team. He will whittle his way through it. And I don't know that this year will be their year to win the division, but I suspect they should get a 500 season. This is the first year the Cubs started a top rookie, Matt Shaw, on opening day in over 10 years because of that extra year of control. Oh, yeah. And don't get me wrong, these contracts but don't the Mets still have Bobby Bonilla Day? Isn't that dude still getting paid? I think if I look on Sport Track, I think the Reds just finished paying off Ken Griffey Jr. this year or last year. I'm pretty sure he still got paid on their contract because they defer money. The Cardinals were hot garbage last year. They look greatly improved. You're witnessing the Brewers take a step back so it could be taken with consistent winner streaks. One thing I've always loved about the Cardinals organization is how they always seem to develop fireball pitchers for the closing role. First pitch is a curveball. It's a little bit outside. This is going to be my first time seeing Lux hit it. He's batting in the 4-hole this year at 333 from Thursday. This is my first opportunity to watch him. Verlander's in his release. There's the pitch straight down the middle, and Lux fires it down the right field side, but it's going to be fielded by the first baseman, steps on the base, and there's 1 out. Juan Soto contract for the Mets. Bro, I don't know. It's so hard to say. I look at these guys, and what do you consider a successful year, Elvin? What if he hits 28 home runs and has 87 RBIs but hits 240? Is that worth the money they paid him? Or does he need to hit 300? Low, ball 1. You see what I'm getting at? By most, statistical categories, hitting 250 as a power hitter, 85 RBIs and 25 to 30 home runs is a pretty good year. But is that worth what they're paying him? Is he going to be that big of a difference maker in these games? Just a bit outside 2-0. Yeah, Juan Soto's a talent. I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, you can kind of see the point, right? The point is that success is not necessarily what I think it is or what you think it is or what the contract dictates that it is. That contract tells me he needs to be 40 and 100 every year. Oh, what a nice pitch. 3-0 on the outside, hits the corner. Verlander still has it. Candelario, who I'm not a fan of, is up to 667 this year. He went 2 for 3 on Thursday. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Verlander releases. It's low. Candelario takes a walk, and he will be the Reds' first base runner today as he goes down the first base side. Adam, I don't have to have the watch time, but I do appreciate the moderation, my friend. That's the one thing we've never really had trouble with here. The Arenado contract kept teams away from trading for him. Sure. They do need that. I give you that, Craig. Candelario is a good veteran presence. I just wasn't a fan of the trade last year for him or the acquisition, what they paid him. Low, and oh my God, Encarnacion-Strand just swinging at anything. That ball was in the dirt. Verlander's going to see that he does not need to have a whole lot to get him to swing. I did not realize that Justin Verlander was the oldest player and is the oldest player in Major League. There's a pitch right down the middle. He gets him with a slider. Candelario takes a huge cut, or not Candelario, Encarnacion-Strand, but does not make contact. Did you see the Yankee score? Yeah, that was the one I was setting my stream up to today was the Yankee game. There's a pitch. Strand hits a line drive into left field for a base hit. Makes good contact there. The Reds are in business. 2 men on, 1 man out. First and second. As he just makes good contact. And he just left that straight over the plate. There was no corner in that. And Strand just takes a nice smooth swing at it. Hits it down into between the 5-6 and gets it out into left field for a single. Could have a stud with Strand. Yeah, it's just keeping his head in the game. He goes through these streaks. High, ball 1. I like Espinal. He got a lot of playing time at the end of last year. He played in 118 games last year, 246, 9 homers, 45 RBIs. For a little guy, that's good numbers. That's a beautiful pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets him with the 4-seamer across the plate to the outside corner. Espinal hitting in the 7-hole today. Boy, I tell you what, there is a lot of room to run if you can go to the right side. There's the pitch, and that's the pitch to do it. Man, you know that they're trying to throw you away. You just step into that and go with the pitch and just let your body follow it. You go where they're throwing you the ball, and you can drive that ball into the opposite field. They know Espinal wants to pull the ball looking at his stance. And that is high and outside. That is not the pitch you want to try to make contact with, because now the ball is outside and away. You don't have no strength up there when you're down where he is at. You can poke the ball into right field, but you have no strength going that direction with that ball. There's the pitch, and he makes contact. It's a slow roller to second base. They get 1 at second base. It'll be first and third, and 2 outs. How is Verlander looking velocity-wise? His fastballs are coming in around 93. He's dropping off. His changeup's hitting in the low 80s. Curveball in the mid-80s. Slider upper 80s. He's got a 4 and a 2-seam fastball. And both of those are in the low 90s. His control is where he's going to win games, Elvin. You probably are aware of that. Being 42 years old, he's not going to go out here and blow by a bunch of guys. All right, first and third, 2 out. Fraley's at the plate. Low takes it. And that'll be a ball one. Good block by the catcher. Would like to see him try to get out of the force here, but I don't think they're going to let Espinal run here. Verlander's very good at the pitch clock. There's the pitch. It's a little bit low and outside, but they're going to give him the benefit of the call there. That ball was outside by at least a good inch or two, but the umpire gave him that corner. I will pay attention to make sure that everybody's getting that corner. Bringing him back to the inside. There's the pitch. And that is a strike for strike two. Verlander does such a good job. Did you notice that? He hits that outside corner. I know that they give him the called strike on a ball. So Jake Fraley's leaning over, looking that way, and then he brings it to the inside upper portion of the strike zone, and Fraley has nothing for that pitch because he's still thinking outside. They're set up inside. There's the pitch, and he's going to blow one right by him again, and Verlander gets out of the inning with another timely strikeout. And the San Francisco Giants at the end of two lead 1-0. Wow, yeah. So yeah, Elvin, when we talk about Verlander's speed looks really he's changing speeds very well as what you have to do to be successful, because if you come in here and throw 92 every time, it's batting practice, right? But if you can change your speeds and move your locations around, you can survive for a long time in MLB. Oh, my God. Would you look at this guy, man? What do you mean, would you look at this guy? Would you look at that guy abandon me this year? 100% abandoned me. It's all good, Creek. I'll take it. How you doing, my friend? Abandonment. That's what I call it. Abandonment. What's the good word, brother? I don't hold grudges. Yeah, I think I got an idea here. You guys, if this don't work out, don't get mad at me. Just a second here. Let me try something. That work? Let's see how that works. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I gotta have. Oh, it's on that screen. Okay, I got it. Let's go back. I do have some thoughts. I will gladly share those with you. Yeah, I always have thoughts. Top of the third. First pitch at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Man, I really don't know. So, do I like Darren DeVries? Yes, I do. Do I think that he was in the top 6 on their coaching choices? No, I do not. Do I like Tucker DeVries? Absolutely, I do. I'm just not so certain that we're not in for another stint with another Archie Miller type of situation. I honestly thought that they were going to go get somebody more proven at high Division One. Not saying that I don't think the guy's going to do a fantastic job. Not saying that I don't know that he can bring the culture and bring it in quick and make me cautiously optimistic, go away and be a believer. But like I said, there's a deep fly into left field that's going back, way back. It's off the top of the wall, and Lux runs by it. Here he comes into second base, and there's another double for the Giants. I'm not sure that they really improved their situation that much. I know that you throw a bunch of money at it this year and it's going to look good. It might turn out okay. I had other thoughts. I felt like you make a coach that you really want an offer that they can't refuse. I'm not so sure that they did the right thing. What do you feel, bro? Because your thoughts are usually, I always enjoy your perspective. So with a no out line or a deep fly ball double off the top of the fence, Willie Adames steps to the plate. Lodolo fires. It's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to move the runner, and Willie Adames gets tagged by Encarnacion-Strand. Yeah, that McCollum deal with Iowa was done in January, was what I understood. Uh, I like Ben McCollum. I do. I think Ben McCollum was higher on my list than Darren DeVries. There's the pitch. Foul ball. I think so too. Um, you know what? I don't even really care who the coach is, Creek. I really what I want to see is I want to see a culture guy. I want to see a guy that puts an emphasis on the defensive side of the basketball. I want to see a guy that doesn't put up with BS from the players. I want to see a situation. Line drive into right field for a base hit. There's another run for the Giants. Runner on first, one out, 2-0, San Fran. Yeah, well, when I was going through coaches and I saw his name there as a guy that, did a pretty good job coming in from Drake going over to West Virginia in the first season. I wasn't disappointed. I saw him as somebody that should be interviewed. I just didn't think he was somebody that they would actually consider. I really felt like they needed to hit a home run with the basketball program. I didn't feel like there was as much pressure to hit a home run in football, with Cignetti, but they did. I think the pressure was to hit a home run in basketball, and there was some guys that I felt were better suited for that role. But listen to me, I'm not. I'm a very big supporter. I don't talk a lot of crap about coaching because I don't want to see the same things happen that have happened in the past, and as our fan base has gotten a little bit rabid at times. No balls, 2 strikes. There's the pitch to Chapman, who, by the way, is one of those guys that accounted for about 15% of the runs in San Francisco last year, coming over from the Oakland A's. Absolute stud. Is one of those guys that can carry a team. And he throws it over to first. No play over there. Three and D. Yeah, I mean, I like the defensive side of that. I love transition threes. Oh, and Trevino loses the ball out of his hand. That's going to be a strike, but it's going to be a stolen base as well. Ready to come up firing there. Where's my drink? Runner on second, 2 outs. Flores at the plate. He hit the home run last time. And woo, Lodolo goes to the high outside corner, gets a called strike there on a very, very suspect pitch. It looked like it was 2 inches off the plate from my vantage point. But this umpire set up on the inside corner, can't see the outside. Good framing job. So Lodolo goes back out there with the second pitch. This one's a little further outside, 1-1. Creek, if you would have had your choice of anybody, give me your top 3 choices if it had been anybody that you could have had. And make sure one of those guys is somebody that one of those is somebody that wasn't everybody's consensus pick. So after you get past, say, Brad Stevens, which was everybody's choice again. See, I was a big Chris Beard guy. Okay, that I can get behind that. I also had a couple other thoughts in the NBA as well. Well, one other thought in the NBA. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the pitch. He fouls it off his ankle. Chris Beard would have left Ole Miss for Indiana. He actually said it was his dream job a few years back. I'm not big on the NBA, Elvin. I'll be honest with you. Light hits it in over to the third baseman, picks up, fires over to first, and that gets the Reds out of the inning. But the Giants strike again with their RBI single, and now they lead 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the third. Indiana pays better than Ole Miss, bro. It's still in his wheelhouse of a dream job. He was probably most Indiana fans' top choice. I don't think the school was willing to wait that long because Ole Miss was going to have a tournament run. I feel like that was the biggest problem in that. Yeah. I think Indiana wanted to put a coach in there before this tournament was over. It's not just. It was one of the people that would have been a real fit, and I would have bet money on him leaving Ole Miss because Ole Miss is not what's really considered a great job. Beard was high on my list. There's a couple other guys that I thought would have been good, but at this point it doesn't much matter. The DeVries hiring I don't know. Hey, Creek, how much was the payout? How much was his buyout in West Virginia on that new contract? Because I saw that it was high. I just didn't see what it was. Encarnacion-Strand was 5 when Justin Verlander made his first pitch in the Major League Baseball. $6 million buyout. What a nice breaking ball by Verlander. Sneaks it in at 79 miles an hour. Hits the outside corner for a first pitch strike. And Trevino just kind of standing there looking at it. 3 on the pitch clock. Here we go. Rolls it in. He does it again. Trevino hits it into left field, but he doesn't hit it very hard. Comes in and gets it as it hangs up a little bit. 1 out. Do you really, though? Okay, Creek, here's a question, right? Through 3 or 4 years of his contract, if he is a 620 win percentage coach, which is that right where Woodson's at, are we in the same position screaming for his head? Is that where we'll be in 3 years? If he goes 19-11 the next 3 years and gets 1 or 2 NCAA tournament bids, are they going to scream for his head? See, then we're going to be in the same. Then he's not a 15-year guy. My guess is that they buy a roster this year. There's a line drive to first base. What a nice play by the first baseman. Picks it up, steps on the bag, 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. I mean, that's all a matter. That's all a matter of perspective. You know, if Braylon Mullins flips, which that's the big thing with me. If Braylon Mullins flips his commitment to UConn, that one will be huge. Also, I think, do you think Connor Enright's coming? Because that's the other one that I had my eye on. There's the pitch. It's a little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Enright and Conwell both coming. Fair enough. So I guess it's really gonna come down to, there's a deep shot into left field. Back to the wall. It's up and it is gone. Home run for Matt McClain as he just basically gets a hold of one there and holds it into left field. And that'll be, I think, his first home run of the season at a distance of 3.82, exit velo of 99.8. Let's go. Cut that lead in half here in the bottom of the third. Matt McClain comes up and hugs Ellie De La Cruz like a 4-year-old because he grabs him around the waist. That's about awesome. Listen, the 2 games today, this Duke Alabama game is as big as it gets. I mean, I know you're a Duke fan, but this is as big as it gets. 2 teams playing their absolute best basketball of the season, poised to put up 100 points each. Duke hasn't shown that they have to defend yet to that level. So I think you're going to see 33s today be shot maybe by both teams. I think it's going to go into the I have a feeling this game is going to go into the 90s. Yeah, you got to guard Sears. Bro lets it fly. I'm excited to watch. De La Cruz takes a big hack at it, fouls it back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm trying to think of what the other game is. What is it? What's the first game tonight, Adam? I personally think the winner of the Duke Alabama game is probably the national champion. It's like whoever came back to beat Texas Tech, I think. I'm not sure who's in that first game. Is it Arkansas and is it Arkansas and Texas Tech? Is that what it is? Texas Tech and Florida. Oh yeah, because Arkansas choked that game late. Florida's another team that has everything. I got a soft spot for this Texas Tech team. They feel like Cinderella at a 3 seed. But that's how it goes, right? They feel like Cinderella at a 3 seed. Yeah, that Duke Alabama game tonight, it's gonna be the real deal. If I get all my stuff done and everything works out and I'm back home, I may throw something together for that because that's going to be exciting. I think the national champion, either the national champion comes out of that game, it's definitely the winner of that game is probably going to end up in the championship. You can't count out Auburn. But this Alabama team, man, is just clicking. I watched them. I watched them the other day. Yes, sir, Creek. I watched them the other day, and they just every time that BYU team was pretty hot too, bro. And every time they try to cut into that lead, somebody else would just throw it up, man. You know, I hate to. I mean, it's going to be an offensive game. A little bit outside for Lodolo. 1 ball, no strikes. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning. That is Matos at the plate. 1 for 1. Fouls this one off. 1-1. Anybody that's hanging out in the chat new to the channel today, slap them buttons, baby. There is a fly ball down the right field line, and that is going to fall foul. Fraley did not look like he was really wanting to take a dive at that. Yeah, I think those are the 2 teams that I've seen thus far that are playing the best basketball as a whole. But when you can score like they score, you don't have to play as much defense. You have to play timely defense. And there's a difference in having to lock down a team for 40 minutes or being able to lock down a team for the last 40 seconds. Lodolo's in motion. There's the pitch. High. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This Luis Matos is a good-looking player. Went with the pitch earlier on in the game. Doubled to left field. There he goes, making contact up the middle. McLean fires over to first. Got him. The good thing about Duke in this game tonight is they can go 9 deep with quality Division I players that can go in and make an impact on the game. There's a pitch inside. Nice speed on that curveball. Gets a strike where he's way out ahead of it. 0-1. Patrick Bailey, the catcher, popped out in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. Comes back outside, misses off the corner about an inch or 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the windup. There's the pitch. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lodolo's in motion. Fires it off. Fastball. Outside corner. Strike 2. That one looked a little off the plate to me as well, but this umpire has been giving that just off the corner call pretty much to both pitchers. Can't argue too much. There's a ground ball to shortstop. De La Cruz, weird hop, comes up firing, throws Bailey out, 2 outs. There's the ground ball to Ellie again, comes up firing, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Reds. Going into the bottom of the 4th. Giants still lead 2-1. Yeah, I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to tonight's games. Honestly, I've decided that I'm going to put some more investment into the computers and the setups that I got for this, so that I can be a little bit more efficient, have everything look a little better. So I'm going to put some money into that this year. Was talking to Alex a little bit about it today, but I think it's going to be more of a thing as I get older that I spend more time at the house and I just can't sit still and do nothing. So I'm going to be doing something in here regardless. Baseball is awesome. I'll tell you why I like baseball is because you can keep up with the game. No matter what the pace of it is, it's always the same pace. You can keep up with the game. You can have a conversation with the chat. And so you can have multiple things going on and not lose people's interest. And also, if anybody's in the chat would like to have a topic brought up, please just type it out there. Can't let Adam dominate the chat all day, or we'll talk nothing but Duke athletics. Ain't that right, Adam? But yeah, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great set of games tonight. This is my favorite time of year. You're knocking the winter cobwebs out of your head. Springtime's coming. Baseball indicates that for sure. When you see these nice warm days in April or March, there's the pitch. Verlander starts out with that 79-mile-an-hour curveball to Gavin Lux one more time, and he does get him with that high strike. That thing has got a ton of hook to it. 0-1. There is the pitch. Comes back inside with the fastball. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Adam's getting tired of typing, y'all. Everybody come up with something. Player, organization, anything but the NBA. Nice pitch on the inside, but does not get the call. I'm sure whoever was asking earlier, the fastball, that's about as high as he's touching right there. It's 93, 94. But his placement was excellent. Low, did not get the call. Frame job by the catcher there. Does not get it up high enough and takes Lux 3-1. Francona standing in his spot in the dugout looking over. Here comes the pitch. Right on the outside corner. Lux fouls it away. Full count. Dave says Cardinals are undefeated. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Even though that you're a Cardinals fan, I still appreciate you. Verlander's in motion. There's the pitch. Full count. It's outside. Oh, he gives him the strike. That ball is 3 inches outside. He gives it to him on the corner. Lux is not happy, giving the umpire some grief over that. That one is definitely outside, but the catcher does a great job of framing it. He framed that ball 3 inches. Lux is pissed. Candelario's up. That is at the bottom of the zone. 88-mile-an-hour changeup. I wish I'd have went today, Dave. I had the opportunity. Bailey did a nice job there. He is really working the ump. Inside, right down the middle. That was just a little bit on the inside part of the plate. Candelario fouls it away. No balls, 2 strikes. We'll see how well he can defend. He can protect the plate here. Last year, he got a little strikeout prone when he got behind in the count. I want to see how he faces it off here. There's the pitch by Verlander, and that should be strike 3. The catcher caught the ball off the inside corner, but that crossed the plate. That ball swooped right across the plate. That should have been strike 3. Evidently, Blue likes it on the outside. There it is, line drive into right field. It's a one-hopper down into the corner. Candelario gets a deep single, and he is 2 for 2 on the day today. I got to say that's a little bit impressive. He went down and got that ball, made good contact with it, and a nice, easy swing once again, and just roped it into right field. Overcast and 65. We're just a little bit warmer today. And I'm sorry, that was Strand that got the hit in the earlier inning. Candelario walked. Strand was the one that hit the nice little single to through the 5-6 hole. He's 1-0. Takes a big hack at that one there. Four-seam fastball going across the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Verlander is in. There's the pitch. Drops the curveball across the plate, gets it down in the zone, does not let Encarnacion-Strand get extended on it. He has no choice but to foul that thing off. That was the nastiest pitch. See, you don't have to deliver. Location's way more important than velocity. There it is. And Strand has to fight that one off. High fastball. 1-2. Brought the four-seamer to the middle of the plate, but brought it up to try to get him to chase, and he did so. Fouled it straight back. The best thing to do with Verlander is just make him throw more pitches. Low, tips it, foul ball. Verlander's going from top to bottom, left to right. He is all over that zone right now. For a 42-year-old, definitely looking the part. Strand closed his eyes on that when he was trying to kill it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. There's the pitch. And he gets him with the high fastball up in his eyes. He saw that he liked that pitch and went back to it, got him to chase, and that'll bring him to 2 outs. That is the Strand we saw last year. And you can see him pulling his head on the swing and closing his eyes, trying to kill it. Espinal, good contact hitter, is up. Needs to put something in a gap. Line drives it into left field. That's going to be a base hit. He just pokes it out there. The Reds are in business. Runners at first and second with 2 out. Espinal just takes a nice little cut at it. Nothing too hard. Hits a little line drive into the left center field. Just bites off a good inside pitch. That's where Espinal is looking for the ball to go. If you feed him outside fastballs, you're going to get him to pop out. But if you give him something a little bit up and inside to where he can turn on it, that's in his wheelhouse. Fraley's up. Fraley had a chance last at bat and struck out. Let's see if he can do something against Verlander here. Verlander looks him back at second. There's the pitch. And Fraley's up there hacking away. First pitch high, strike 1. I agree. Espinal is a nice high-value player for not much money. He was pretty good at the end of last year, too. I see why he's starting. Fires it, and there's a shot to third. And Fraley tries to go with the pitch, but the third baseman is at home, gets the force out at the plate or at third. And at the end of 4, 2-1. Yeah, I'll have to go ahead and look up the schedule for later this week. Let's do that now while we're sitting here. See what works out into my benefit here. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Man, they got everything in here. Let's see. Where are we at? I don't want to see the preseason schedule. What are you doing? Regular season. There we go. Let's see. I'm guessing the second is Thursday. Now, next weekend, we'll pick one of the three, either one of the three games at Milwaukee on the 3rd, 4th, or the 5th out of the 4-game series. Let me see who's pitching. I want to watch. Who do I want to watch pitch? I might go to Sunday and watch Singer pitch. I haven't seen him yet. I don't know that I want to see Lodolo in the opener at Milwaukee. I'd like to see Hunter Green, but he's not going to pitch at Milwaukee. I think I want to see Singer pitch. No balls, 1 strike. 1-1 now is the count as the sinker is low to Fitzgerald in the 9 slot. There's a pitch, gets the inside corner of the plate, 94 miles an hour. Had him locked up with the gas there. Lodolo's done a pretty good job today. He's not had his best stuff. He has fought off a couple really rocky at-bats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Fires it up the middle. Line drive. McClain makes a play behind second. Fires it to first. Plenty of time to get Fitzgerald. Nice play by McClain. 1 out as he crammed it right up the middle, but that's right where they had him played. Well, I wish these batters would just consistently slap that ball into right field and fix these guys from playing that deep in position. I think Singer should be consistent, yes. I just want to see him pitch because I haven't yet. 0-1's the count. Ramos is back up, the leadoff hitter. Lodolo shakes off the sign, looks. There's the delivery. Low and outside. It makes him ground it to shortstop. De La Cruz fires it over in time. 2 up, 2 down, top of the 5th. It's coming up on our inning, boys. Lodolo's kind of settled in right now. He's got them. He's kind of got everybody figured where he wants to pitch them. Location is still pretty good. Willie Adames is up. First pitch. On the outside corner, he grounds it to short. De La Cruz fires it over. 3 up, 3 down. Going to the bottom of the 5th. Down a run. He is grooving at this point. His location is stellar right now. He's really placing the ball well, and he's going low and on the outside corner strong. He's figured out where that umpire is going to give him leeway, and he rolled through that inning. Draft coming up here in a couple of weeks. Everybody got their favorite player for their team locked into their mock draft. Don't care about these quarterbacks so much because I like Cam Ward, but I think the best quarterback in this draft is going to be somebody that maybe somebody later on. Maybe Tyler Shook out of Louisville might be the best quarterback in the draft when it's all said and done. Could be Jackson Dart. We'll see when it comes down to it. Who's the kid from Boston College, too? I kind of like him. I think it's Boston College. Another one they made. There's another ACC kid I like. There's a couple players on that BC team I like. I like the one thing I like about Tyler Shook out of Louisville is that he has effectively been in NFL offense. He's taken snaps under center. He's acclimated. He's a super duper senior, so he's got experience and time served. Really helped Bo Nix last year in the draft. I think he might be that guy. And first pitch swinging, pops it up to second base, waves everybody away, pulls it out of the air, and that's Trevino popping out. Oh, it's not. It's not the BC kid. It's Kyle McCord at Syracuse. My bad. Yeah, I just don't see anybody. There's not much there. Line drive into right field, but caught by the first baseman. And Verlander gets 2 quick outs as well. Both pitchers are really settled in right now. I'm not a big Will Howard guy out of Ohio State. I've liked most of the ones that they've sent here recently. He's not super high on my list. Yeah, it does hurt not having Stevenson's bat is where he's super impressive. And inside strike 1-1 to Matt McClain. Matt McClain's got the solo home run, the only run so far today. Let's see what he can do. Verlander delivers. Curveball inside. That ball just didn't break. He put it in a good spot. It just did not break down into the zone. Francona continually looks on, doesn't say a word. I love watching Major League Baseball managers. There's the pitch. Another curveball. That one should have been in. That one was inside. That one's over the white line. I cannot believe Francona has not said a word. That ball was 3 inches off the plate. Here we go. 2-2. There's the delivery. Goes back. Line drive into right field. That's in the gap. McClain's around first. Is he going for 2? Yes, he is. He comes into second base, slides in, and he's standing up. Man, he got there quick. Matt McClain with a 2-out double, and that'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz, I believe. Matt McClain just keeps his head down and goes with the pitch, top of the zone, lines it into center field, gets it into that gap a little bit there, and just deep enough for him to get a double out of it. Yeah, he's already 2 steps around first base when the ball's picked up. He's there. Can you get Ellie De La Cruz to not? Can you get him to not chase? And what are you going to do here? I don't think Verlander's going to give him a lot to hit. I don't think he wants to take the chance. It's the bottom of the 5th. Verlander's at 73 pitches. We don't know how many they're going to let him go. I would say they'll let him go 90, maybe 100. But he wants to get out of this inning right here. And he comes in firing to De La Cruz. fastest pitch I think he's thrown all day. Touches 94 at the top of the zone. No balls, one strike. I expect this one thrown away. Here we go. And it's a right down Broadway curveball in the inside corner. Strike two, as he's got De La Cruz on different speeds now. Just perfect. De La Cruz did not get a hold of it. 0-2, should be nowhere near. It's in the dirt. Ellie lays off of it. One ball, two strikes, bottom of the fifth. Runner on second. There's the pitch. And Ellie lays off of it again. This one is called a ball just off the inside corner. And I say just off, it was 4 inches off, but that's been a strike, some really close to a strike other times today. So you got to hold your breath a little bit. 2-2. He's going to force him to come back to the plate. There it is. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Here comes Matt McLean around third. He's going to score. De La Cruz, the ball's cut off, and De La Cruz gets a single, and we are tied 2-2, bottom of the fifth. Couple hits back to back. Matt McLean gets a double. He's on his horse a little bit, gets that extra base, hitting it into the gap, and then Ellie just hangs in there, makes good enough contact to get the ball into the outfield for a single, and that is just enough to score Matt McLean, and the Reds have tied the game. Gavin Lux is at the plate. Let's go, Reds! I love it, the red zone. Fired up. Welcome to the chat, bro. Or ma'am. I don't know what that may be. Lux takes a ball. Oh for 2 for the day. Let's see where this one ends up. There's the pitch. Low again. Good eye. Takes it again and gets a favorable count, 2-0. Yeah, I'm going to – it's almost time to start going to them baseball games. I'll be to plenty of them again this year. We had a blast last year. Just wanted the team to do a little bit better. 2-0. Verlander's going to have to come to him. Here's the pitch. It's another good curveball right at the top of the zone. Lux is taking all the way there, trying to bait him into a walk. 2 balls, 1 strike. I am a Reds fan. I've been a Reds fan since the Big Red Machine, homie. And he almost picks off De La Cruz at first. That was closer than it needs to be. Reds, Bengals, Hoosiers. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike. There's the pitch to McLean, and he rips it, or Lux, he rips it into right field, way out in front of it. Verlander, I bet that ball came in there at 65 mile an hour the way it looked, the way he turned on that ball. Lux looks to be locked in. Doesn't seem to be shook right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. De La Cruz is on first. Why isn't he running? There's the pitch. Pops it up. Goes out into shallow left field. Shortstop calls it off. Goes out and picks it up. And that is the end of the inning. But the Reds tie the game back up. 2 runs on 6 hits. And it's a new ball game going into the top of the 6th. I'm really happy right now. Lodolo has kind of hit his groove. He kind of settled in. It's a little rough the first couple innings there. Having trouble making his marks. But now now we've got it back to even. It's time to have Lodolo to stretch this game out a little bit, keep these guys off the base paths, give the Reds another couple innings here to build a lead, and let's hopefully not have a finish like we did Thursday. Love baseball. Been a Reds fan for a long time. It's awesome, dude. Are you local or are you abroad? What's up, Fundamental? Lodolo is the guy. I really think Lodolo is going to be the guy. I think he's going to be consistent. I don't know that he's never going to be a Randy Johnson world beater, but I think he's going to be consistent. You're going to see a 12. You're going to see double-digit wins, I think, out of him every year as long as he stays healthy. His control is good. He's got just enough speed to be dangerous, and he's really good at location. All right, here we go. Lodolo's got the first pitch, fires it in there low, but he gets a favorable call there from the blue. Looked to be right around about an inch or two low, but this umpire's been all over the place today. There it is. Another one that's down low and outside. Same height, just a little further off the plate. Oh, shoot. Tony Santillan is in the bullpen warming up for the Reds. There's a strike pitch down there, and what a play by McLean. Fires it from right field to first base. Got him. That ball was in the gap between first and second, and McLean 6 feet out into the outfield, dives and makes the stab. Man, it reminded me some of the days of Brandon Phillips. Oh, are you a local Reds fan? Or are you abroad? Do you live somewhere else? Are you close enough to go to games, or are you somewhere else? That's basically what I was asking. McLean is taking over this game. You're correct. He's uber talented, very fast, very strong at the plate. There's the pitch, a little bit high. Yeah, and if I'm not, and correct me if I'm wrong, his injury was a shoulder injury last year too, right? There's a line drive past Encarnacion-Strand into right field, smoked that ball for a single. Chapman just blazed that one in there. McLean was a shoulder last year too, wasn't he? Because, and you got to remember, his throw, if that was the case, shoulder injuries are the toughest for baseball players. Dude, that was a rip. Chapman just smoked that ball. 1 out, top of 6th. Fires it in there with a changeup, gets a called strike against Flores. Wilmer Flores jumped on a pitch. Yeah, I knew it was an arm or a shoulder. I can't remember which. No balls, 1 strike. Fires low. And they're going to get the call on the cut. They're going to get Flores going. I don't think that was a strike. I think it was on Flores' check swing. 0-2. Got you, New York. New York Reds fan. Or North Carolina. Sorry. They're everywhere. There you go. Adam's a North Carolina guy. You said something that he related to. If you say something he relates to, he will show up. Kind of like Candyman. 0-2. There's a pitch. Ground ball to short. De La Cruz to second for 1. Back to first for 2. Reds get out of the inning on a double play. De La Cruz makes a great throw to McLean, and he turns it going into the bottom of the 6th here. Tied 2-2. Man, McLean, that was a rocket. Nice. I go to at least about 5 games a year. If North Carolina had a Major League Baseball team, I might watch it. I feel like North Carolina would be a great spot. We can spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about DeVries now. I've been working DeVries talking the whole game, bro. I'm still soured. If you would see my stream from the other day, I'm very soured on a lot of that conversation. But yeah, I think Charlotte's a great location for a baseball team. North Carolina, the cities are not all huge, but if you put them together, they could do it. Might as well. You're right. Yeah, I don't see why not. If Columbus can have the Blue Jackets in Ohio, why can't Raleigh or Charlotte have a baseball team? So we've had some conversation about that fundamental. Uh, you don't. I'm not exactly sure. I thought Beard was the choice too, but I think they really wanted to get next season started now, and I think that was the reason that they jumped on DeVries. First pitch strike. Candelario takes it with the cutter at 91 miles an hour, and Bivens is in the game. They have pulled Verlander at 78 or 80 pitches. Second pitch fired inside to the wall. 1 ball, 1 strike. I like the Ohio River stinks, bro, but I live right on it. But I like Cincinnati. It's a where they got the stadiums is great. And Candelario chases down low on a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's what Indiana Creek came in here earlier, and he's got a pretty good nose for it. He said that Beard wasn't even considered. I think the personal stuff from his past might have slowed him down there. No, Adam, you come up here, I'll take care of you, dude. Absolutely, if you come this way. Eat, stay, I'll hook you up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Candelario at the plate. 1-for-1 on the day. There's the pitch. Lines it into left field, but it's foul. Good contact swing. Somebody's going to knock one into the river one of these days. Man, I'm going to tell you, it is possible. There's the pitch. And, it's a foul tipped into the glove. Strike 3. Candelario goes down for the first time today. Listen, I saw Jay Bruce come within about 6 foot of that Toyota sign up there in center field. I also saw Joey Votto really rip one down the line, and that not even close to that river yet. But one of these days it'll happen. You're probably right. Encarnacion-Strand, 1-for-2 on the day. Here comes the pitch. Low. Catcher for San Francisco has done an excellent job at framing pitches today. He's called a really good game as he has kept these hitters in check, moving the pitches around. But now he's got somebody younger in there. Let's see how it works. 2-0 comes back with a fastball. Actually, they call that a sinker. I didn't see it sink much. So we'll call that a floating sinker. How's that? 2-1. There's a pitch. That's outside, and Strand is chasing. Strand is was swinging on the count. He was not locked into the pitch. Now he goes into defensive mode. Adam Dunn did hit some bombs. There's the pitch. Check swinging, or he swings it into right field. That's a home run. That ball got out of there. Encarnacion-Strand rips it the opposite way down the right field. And the Reds take their first lead of the day, 3-2, as they fire the cannons. That looked like a check swing foul ball, and it got out. That is one of the benefits of playing in that park. I swear. Oh, that was a better swing than what I saw. He just sit back and waited on it. I bet that ball didn't go 350. Sicily and Goody will be back. I mean, honestly, fundamental, I don't think I cared that much that Mackenzie Mbako, Miles Rice, Kanan Carlisle, I don't really know that I care that any of those guys left. There's a strike on the outside corner with the cutter to Espinal. I don't think I care. I think the fans are a little upset about it. But those kids, you know what? Let's just go back and say there's a line drive up the middle, off the pitcher's foot into right field. That's going to be a hit for Espinal. Nobody's covering first, so he's off the base. And the Reds got another runner on with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Let's go. Yeah, he just ripped that up the middle, and it went right off the pitcher's foot, maybe his shin. Bryson Tucker came there because of money, because of losing Liam McNeely to UConn. He had a 5-star designation next to his name, and they bought and paid for. I don't think he's an NBA kid. I think he's going to take as much money as he can get in college, and my feelings are not that hurt. I hate to say that. Those kids are Woodson kids. They loved Mike Woodson. The fans treated Woodson like trash, and they're hurt. That's somebody that was like their dad. And you know what? Regardless of what you think about the job that he did, he tried to do his best by those kids, except for his narcissism. And I'm not that disappointed that they all left. Goody and Sicily, I'm okay with. Goody wants to be there. He's an Indiana kid. If the transfer portal works out the way that everybody thinks it's going to, Enright is the big one to me. I'm happy. Yeah, and they could have wanted to stay. Miles Rice and Kanan Carlisle both took meetings. There's Fraley chips one to the right field side, and Cowgill at first base makes the play. First base coach for the Reds throws it in the end of the stands. But they probably could have had the opportunity. Carlisle was the one I thought would stay. I'll be honest with you, because Woodson didn't let him develop very much, and he was a pretty good defender. It's who they get to play the 4 and the 5. There's a line drive down the right field line, but it's foul. I think, listen, it's not going to be a starting 5 fundamental that you got to worry about. It's who he gets 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's how they fill out the bottom of the roster that's going to be important. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2, runner on first. Hits a deep shot into right field. Oh, but it's going to hang up there, and it'll be played by the right fielder as Espinal trots back to first. I thought he got more of that. I got a little excited there. Matos makes the play, throws it in. Yeah, but see, it's this first class is probably going to be a little bit more than that $7 million. I'll tell you right now, fundamental, because the executives at Indiana plus the there's a ground ball up the middle, and it steps on second base, easy play there, and that will be the end of the inning. The Reds strike back, Encarnacion-Strand goes yard. Reds got a 3-2 lead going into the top of the seventh. They will make sure, after this tournament's all said and done, they will make sure that they put the right team out there this year. I like the qualities of the guy, right? If I can't have the guy that I want, he possesses the qualities that I look for. But I mean, let's be honest. How hard is it to come up with a speech to get the fan base fired up? I mean, I could come up with a speech right now that I could make you think that I'm the guy. The deal is it's the same problem that we've had. The deal is that he has got to buckle down. He's got to recruit in the state of Indiana. He's got to recruit in the state of Indiana. He's not got to let these kids go to other places outside the conference. He's not got to let them go to Michigan State. He's got to prevent them. He's got to do what Matt Painter does. He's got to get those kids. He's got to look for the right kids in the portal, and he's got to create a culture that looks more like for a 3 to 4 year kid than it does the one and done. Let's play some fall ball this year. Let's go. Hey, they've looked good so far, except for they haven't been able to close yet, and that's what we're coming up on. We are coming up on the seventh inning here. The Reds are up 3-2. Tony Santillan will be in the game here as Lodolo's day is done. 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Quality start for Nick Lodolo. But we've got to get it done in the bullpen. The same Achilles heel we've had for years has to start coming through today. Tony Santillan is a good pitcher. Let's see if he can bring it home today and get us an inning here. I think this Indiana team last year, this last 2 years, I think they shot the ball the only place that they thought that they could win games. I don't think they had the guys that they thought they did. There is a pop-up going back, out of play. 0-1. I didn't. You know what, Fundamental? Watch this. If they would have brought Mike Woodson in 2006 or 2005 when they let go of Mike Davis, I don't think we would have saw as many coaching changes. If they would have brought him in at that point in time and learned the game, I think we would have been okay. Woodson I think it was the politics of it that irked everybody. The way that the season finished, and with the NIL kids and putting those guys on the bench, letting Anthony Leal play. What is Diaz out from? Not sure. Line drive into right center field. Here it comes, and it's going to drop for a single. Should have dove. Yeah, that's it right there. West Coast, even growing up as a kid, the West Coast, when you went out to San Diego, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, when we were in the National League West, that was always, always, always the worst time of year. And now you add Arizona to that. And then with interleague play, there's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. It's to McLean. Flips it to De La Cruz. Back to first. Easy double play. Erases that starting single with another double play. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, so it's so my philosophy is that if you recruit hard in state for the kids that are going to be big ball players in state, they are the ones that probably grew up loving your university. That way you get kids in your program that care about the university and the culture. When you go to Montverde Academy, no offense to anybody that came from there, but when you go to Montverde Academy, you've got kids from all over the country that probably grew up watching Florida State or, like Cooper Flags from Maine. Just places like that, right? And they don't know what Duke University is about. They don't know what Indiana University is about. Deep fly ball, center field, coming over to make the play. 3 up, 3 down. They did get a hit. Santion puts up a semi-perfect inning. He gets a double play. Minimum batters faced. I'm just making a point, though. The point of it is that he's an NBA kid. No doubt about it. There's always several of those guys, right? There's always several guys that are going to be one and done, straight to the NBA, probably the first pick. Shit, he was playing on the Olympic team, right? And that's it. I mean, look, fundamental. I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to come as a surprise, but I'm a Matt Painter fan. I was a fan of him as a player, and I'm a fan of him as a coach. I love the way he structures the culture of Purdue basketball. I'm jealous of it, right? He exemplifies what Gene Cady taught, and he's brought it to fruition and created a team that is consistently in the Sweet 16. All you can freaking ask for, right? DeVries can do the same thing. DeVries is an Iowa kid. You know what? He grew up watching us beat the shit out of B.J. Armstrong and the Iowa Hawkeyes. He coached under Greg McDermott and Dana Altman, both guys that are really good. Dana Altman is the best coach in college basketball from February on. He gets his guys ready to play. I don't have any questions about the ability. The question is he going to be able to get the recruits, keep the fan base at least somewhat quiet, as they're very rabid at this point, and have time to develop what he really wants to implement without being harassed out of town by unruly fans and media. DeVries keeps mentioning state kids. Pam and Scott must have hammered that wish to him. As he said, he is looking for sharpshooters. Yeah, the guy that can shoot the basketball. I can't even remember the guy from the freaking movie Hoosiers, but the kid from Milan. If you can shoot the basketball and you can defend, that's big-time basketball right now. And new pitcher for the Giants is Randy Rodriguez, and he just smoked a high fastball in there and hit the corner with a very nice pitch, 0-1. Comes back inside to Friedel, who is 0 for 3 today with the four-seamer, and is really fastly 0-2. I got a lot of passion. Yeah, Jimmy. And when they go to Indianapolis to Butler, and they go in there and they measure the rim, it's still 10 foot, baby. Snokes it in there on the outside, ball 1, 96 mile an hour. So now San Fran comes back with a pitcher that is going to throw a little bit more heat. These Reds are a little off base here. There it is. And Friedel pops it up. It goes straight back. Is it going to stay in play? It is. Catcher makes an excellent play by the fence. 1 out. Jimmy Chitwood. I mean, I just miss what, Coach Knight would venture outside of Indiana. They move a little bit towards Illinois, up the Chicago area. I remember a young basketball player that I thought was going to be the second coming of Michael Jordan by the name of A.J. Guyton come out of that Chicago area. Isaiah Thomas. Bro, Brad Stevens did a remarkable job at Butler. I'm just saying that If DeVries is to be successful at this university and not get run out of town, if he loses games, he's going to have to lose to homegrown kids. He's going to have to lose with homegrown kids. If he loses with homegrown kids, then the fan base will give him time to develop. If he loses with the highest possible recruit that he can buy from South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, just because they got a 5-star next to his name, if he loses with those kids, he'll be thrown to the wolves. 2-2, line drive into left field, foul ball, ripped it down the line. Matt McClain has got such a sweet swing. He keeps his head down on the ball, and he was just a little bit out in front of that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rodriguez is ready to pitch. There it goes. McClain checks the swing. Does not go around. Does not chase the high fastball. 3-2. I got a lot of passion about how I think that team should be run, though, Fundamental. I really do. Fires it right down the middle, gets him with an off-speed pitch. Slider sneaks in there at 84 miles an hour, and Matt McClain strikes out. He didn't even attempt to swing at it. That tells me that the pitcher had him fooled. Yes. But here's the thing. Florida outclasses Texas Tech in that. Oh, let me get a bet in on that game because I definitely want to bet that one. Because I think that one's really – I think the line's pretty close. 1-1, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, De La Cruz checks it into left field. Up into the net, foul ball. If Florida loses the game, it would be this one, but I don't think they will. Ellie De La Cruz must have broke his bat on that swing. You're going to have to excuse me here while I kind of get my I'll wait on that one. I might parlay it. Inside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the pitch. Right up down the middle, and Ellie fouls it off. Two and two. There it is. And he gets him on the low fast. Oh, he fouled it out of his glove. Oh. He must have dropped it. I thought it was a foul tip. Into the 7th. How much time do I got? Gordon Hayward, Matt Howard, and Garrett Butcher were big-time Indiana high school players who were overlooked. Just amazing finds by Stevens. If Garrett Butcher was healthy, they would have won the national championship, no doubt in my mind. He's a legend in Bloomington. Well, look, watch just perspective, bro. We're headed into the top of the 8th. Reds hold a 1-run lead here. Let's go. But when Mike Woodson announced that he was leaving the team at the end of the year and all the restrictions, now there was restrictions that was put on him on the way that he coached and the way his players, the playing time that he doled out. There was numbers for guys like Bryson Tucker and Mackenzie Mbako, and there was numbers for guys like Anthony Leal that didn't have a big standing in the team. When those restrictions were lifted and Leal and Goody picked up their hours or their minutes played because of earning them, that team looked different. Woodson couldn't manage both sides of the game. He couldn't manage the management side of it and dealing with what he had to deal with there, and he couldn't manage the player side of it. He did a good job of earning those kids' trust. There's Graham Ashcraft, first time that we've seen him, throws a 98-mile-an-hour cutter. Don't get hurt, bro. Love you. And when that gloves came off and Anthony Leal showed what he could do, they realized they wasted 4 years of that kid's career. 5 years. Let's just say it. They wasted all of it. 1 and 2. Fell short of making the tournament, whatever. That was crock shit. North Carolina should have never been in that tournament. There's a line drive into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Friedel picks it up, fires it into McLean. 1 on, nobody out, top of the 8th. Now, all that being said, Goody, Leal, Galloway led that team down the stretch. Heart, loyalty, love is how they won those games down the stretch. For university, for school. The rest of those guys didn't give a rat's ass about Indiana University. And that's the reason why letting those other guys play was the win and down the stretch. Now Woodson gets to come back and be a spectator, and hopefully everything works out. 0-1, there's the pitch. What a nice, that looks like a slider to me. I don't know, they've got it down as a cutter, but that looked like a slider to me. All right, here we go. 0-2. Looking for the ground ball. Goes with the pickoff play to first. Almost got him. Fitzgerald goes sliding back into first. There's another nice pitch. That one they did call a slider. And that one looked more like a regular curveball to me. I'm telling you, I don't know that I agree with I don't know if that I agree with what their pitch designations are here. 0-2. It's going to fire it outside. Curveball. Called it a slider. I'm just going to call it what I think it is. I don't care what that thing says anymore. He's still dancing with the outside corner. Does he move him in? No, he keeps him outside. Here we go. Fastball outside. 96 miles an hour. That is ball 1. But he has got his eye to the outside corner. He's going to come back inside. Here it is. But that one tails out over the plate at 95. That was a mistake pitch by Ashcraft there. That ball was supposed to be on the inside part of the plate, and it was down out over the plate. Fouled it off, so he got away with that one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on first. There's the pitch. On the outside corner again. Another foul ball. This is it right here. If they can get through this inning, Drop something in there off speed. Up the middle, ground ball. McClain gets it, steps on second, throws to first. Got him, double play. No assist needed. Matt McClain. Matt McClain goes across the bag to the shortstop side of the base, picks up the ball, steps on the base, and makes the throw himself, hurdling the runner, throws Ramos out, and the Reds are 1 out away from getting to the bottom of the 8th. Matt McClain looks like a hero today. He's the player of the game. That's for sure. Curveball, lined. Oh, my God. It eats him up at third base. Here he goes looking for second. Comes in, fires it in. Nobody's running. That was a rocket. Jumped all over that. Willie Adames just took a bad hop on Espinal and goes way up. I don't know if that's so much a bad hop or Espinal trying to get out of the way. Look how deep, if you're watching the game, Espinal really took a defensive stance of that. That ball came at him hot, and he was afraid of it. He was in a protective stance to not let that ball hurt him instead of making a play. Fires it up the middle. There's a ground ball. What a play by Encarnacion-Strand. Flips it over to Ashcraft, and the Reds are out of the inning. Cincinnati goes to the bottom of the 8th, holding a 3-2 lead. Let's effing go. Strand with a nice defensive play there. Willie Adames, that was a rocket, though. Espinal, he hit that ball so hard, Espinal was going down. Oh, God, Craig. I don't know, bro. Not sure. Better not be the same dude that was on Thursday. What a nice half inning there. Graham Ashcraft, nice to see him on the mound. Really, I love that guy. Phillips. I miss Brandon Phillips. He was one of my favorite players ever. There was nobody more fun to go to the stadium and watch. Yeah, all y'all sneaking in the chat, hanging out here for the end of the day, please smash that like button. Give us a subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. First baseball game that I have put on in here since the channel. I've been promising it for 4 years. Never done it. And now it's going to be a weekly thing for sure. Oh, did they switch pitchers out in the 9th inning? Because I thought that other guy got the loss. I can't think of his name. I'm not that familiar with this team yet. Let's see. Santion pitched. Singer, Spire, Suter, Lodolo, Sam Mole still on the roster. Ian Jabot. That's the one that lost the game the other day. I don't see anybody on this roster. Emilio Pagan, Taylor Rogers, Scott Barlow, Lodolo, Martinez, and Green. I'm not sure who it is. I really don't know. It's Rogers. Okay. There's the pitch. 0-2 to Lux is on the outside corner, and he fouls it off. This is Trivino, Trivino. Got Lux down to 0-2. Lux is 0 for 3 on the day. Inside for ball 1. Takes the pitch. Texas Tech up early, 9-5. Go Red Raiders. My heart has a little bit of love right there. Fires it and gets him with the off speed. Changeup gets Lux. Lux is 0 for 4 for the day. I miss Jonathan India. I'm not going to lie. I love it too. I loved him. Foul ball down the right field line. Jonathan India, I bitched so heavily when they drafted him. It wasn't there was I can't remember who I wanted at that spot, but it wasn't him. Strike. Candelario takes another strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-2. Trevino's got 7 pitches in. He's got 1 man out. 0-2 count. Ready to fire. Release. And there's a line drive, but it's going to be, he cuffs him on his hands. He doesn't get all of it. Hits it to the second baseman, and Candelario makes, I think, his first out of the game. I'm sorry. He's only got 1 hit for the game. 2 outs. Encarnacion-Strand steps in. Comes at him with a sinker for an 0-1 count. Strand's 2 for 3 today. That is a good sign for him. He only closed his eyes a few times today. High and inside, ball 1. Yeah, baseball drafts are a crapshoot, and at least right down the middle, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strand takes a big hack. I was just mad. I don't even remember why I was mad, but when they drafted him, I was mad. There was somebody else I wanted. They had he was a high draft pick. I can't remember who it was. I'm pretty sure it was a pitcher. Gets him on the inside part of the plate, fouls it off. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. I loved that at bat in the 6th inning. He just waited on that ball, went with the pitch, and knocked it out of the yard. Does the same thing on this one, but pops it up into the infield. Strand is going to take the second base. First baseman makes the play. And the Giants get out of the inning as we are headed to the bottom or the top of the 9th. Craig, bro, don't I know? And I can't even remember who I wanted. Shoot. We got a minute. My God. Do you know that was the 2018 draft? Where has time gone? Okay, here we go. Where's he at? Oh, shit. I didn't realize that. I don't even know if he ever panned out or not. Craig, is Carter Stewart still pitching for the Atlanta Braves? He was the one that I wanted. – He was a high school kid. He's not. We'll see. There you go. You're right. It's a crapshoot. There's not very many names in that first round that are still playing. My brother was, my stepbrother was one of those. My stepbrother was at a high school, was the 6th round draft pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates, 1984 maybe. He turned it down to go play college ball in Oakland City, which wasn't even a Division I school, because of his girlfriend. His girlfriend dumped him, and he quit college, so he never played again. No balls, 2 strikes, top of the 9th. That's a crazy pitch outside. Pagan is on the mound. That is the weirdest looking pitch I've seen yet. It looked like he didn't want to throw it. Back to pass. Back to pass. There's the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tries to get him to chase the high 4-seamer upstairs. Does not go. And I'm very picky, right? I do not like Pagan's glove here. It's too orange or yellow. There it is. It floats one in and up the middle. Gets him to pop it up. McLean's into the outfield. Calls everybody off. Makes the grab. 1 down, 2 to go. Yeah, I can't even remember. I just know that we were so mad because my brother played Legion ball, and I was following in his footsteps. And he played Legion ball, had a great spring after his senior year, had a great spring with the Legion. And we were playing in Shelbyville, Indiana. And he had a great tournament up there with the American Legion, and that's where he got scouted, and he ended up getting drafted, and then he ended up making the 2 biggest mistakes of his life. What's up, Green Banana? Do I stream every game? Absolutely not. I wish I had the time to. Primarily, we're going for at least 1 game a week, depending upon how my work schedule and among other things work out. But this is my first year with baseball. Usually we're in here for football and basketball all season. But today is the first baseball game. Nice to meet you. Hope you hit the subscribe button. Hang out with us. Great group of guys. Feel free to chat. Count goes 2-2. 1 out here in the 9th. Pagan does not like the ball that he is given. Throws it out. Wilmer Flores, who early on in this game jumped all over a Nick Lodolo pitch and took it out down the left field line. Here it comes. Payoff. He hits it. It's drove into the gap into the right field. Goes back. Makes the catch at the warning track. And there's 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Looking way different than Thursday's game. Bro, she messed his life up big time. I got to remember her last name. Her first name was Pam. It's going to come to me. Everybody at Great American Ballpark rises to their feet. Matos is at the plate, 2 for 3. There's the pitch. On the outside corner, gets him to pop it up. McLean runs out into center field. And how fitting is it Matt McLean makes the final out of the game. Pagan gets the save. Reds get the dub. 3-2 Cincinnati. Now they were coming down to a rubber match tomorrow against the San Francisco Giants. 1-1. Just a very hard-fought, well-coached game today. Hats off to the coaching staff as they played it pretty well. Graham Ashcraft got out and got some work in today. Nick Lodolo looked the part, right? They didn't overpitch him today. They could have sent Lodolo back out because he was well under 100 pitches. Pulled him out at the right time after 6 innings. Got 3 innings out of the bullpen. Pagan gets the save, and the Reds get the win. Listen, everybody that's in here today, please, if you want to see more of these, you're going to have to comment down below after the game is over. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Smash that like so that it gets shared a little bit. Maybe I will be in here for more. It's all based on volume. If you guys want it, I will try to give it to you. Don't forget, next week, there will be multiple streams. One, I will have Miss Alex in here. As I promised, she will be in here. It will either be next Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. We don't know which. I might have her in here during the game. But you guys have been great today. This was a lot of fun. Got to talk a lot of baseball. Reds win 4-3 or 3-2. Sakura. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, sir. Don't know. Reds get the dub today. Matt McClain played hero ball today all day. 3 double plays today. Multiple putouts. Went 2 for 4 at the plate. 1 RBI, 1 home run. He did strike out once today. Right on. Cashed out 30 grand. Hey, bro, I will post my PayPal account if you want to send me some of that. I'll take some of that. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, you guys asked for it. The numbers in here today show that I'm going to probably be back. I did not think that I would find a crowd of people that enjoyed baseball this much. I honestly didn't. I love other sports. I love having conversation with everybody. This channel is very much about the chat. It's about the people that are here. It's about the interaction. I just try to do the best job I can at giving you an accurate depiction of what's on the TV. But you guys are awesome. Great group today. I hope everybody comes back. I will post in our community tab the next game that is going to be on the list. I do want to see Brady Singer pitch, so I'm thinking that I'm going to lean towards that game next week. If I get the opportunity to do more, you'll see it. I'll put a note out. Be on the lookout for It's in the Blood, man. We'll be back. Adam, thank you for hanging out. Creek, Fundamental, Craig, much love, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. You know I appreciate you all. And it's always fun hanging out with all of you. So anyway, one last time, peace out.